Hey guys, Dark Angel here. So I just wanted to make a quick video real quick just to prove a point about some things. So the U.S. Supreme Court decision, all codes, rules, and regulations are for government authorities only, not human creators in accordance with God's laws. All codes, rules, and regulations are unconstitutional and lacking due process. Rodriguez versus Ray Donovan, U.S. Department of Labor, 769 Federal 2nd, 1344, 1348 in 1985 was the case, right? Was one of the cases, I should say. So now I'm going to give you a prime example of that in action. I'm going to give you a prime example of that. I'm going to actually show you, well, not show you, I'm going to read to you something, and then I'm going to read to you something else, and how I managed to lose it that fast, I don't know. Oh, here it is. So, under, here in Washington State, RCW 46.61.021 Section 3 says that failure to acknowledge and or sign receipt of a traffic ticket is a misdemeanor. Now, we already know that the Supreme Court has already established that traffic stops, traffic violations are infractions, non-arrestable offenses. We already established that. Supreme Court has well established that. However, Washington, okay, as you just heard me say, RCW 46.61.021.3, failure to acknowledge receipt and or sign a traffic ticket is a misdemeanor. So now they done took and turned a non-criminal offense, turned it into a criminal offense by disallowing you the freedom of choice, constitutional violation. So, you say, well, how's that a constitutional violation? Because your First Amendment says you have freedom of choice, freedom of religion, etc., you know? So that's freedom of choice, meaning you have the choice. You have the right to deny or accept something. You can't be forced to accept something. So that's taking a right, turn it into a crime. Now, how do you acknowledge that? How do you validate that? Well, here's what the definition for coercion is. It involves compelling a party to act in an involuntary manner by the use of threats, including threats to use force against that party. It involves a set of forceful actions which violate the free will of an individual in order to induce a desired response. So what's the force? You haven't been arrested. What's the threat? You being charged, or vice versa. The threat could be you possibly could get arrested for not having signed it. But either way, the arrest and the charge itself. Now you've taken rights, turned them into crimes, violates constitutional protected right, and you're forcing your will on somebody. So as the Supreme Court says, all rules, regulations, etc., are unconstitutional. There you go. Proven fact right there. You can't even get around that. You can't even dispute that. You can't deny it. It's right there. I just laid it all out right there. You know, no state has the authority to force something on nobody. Period. Dark Angel, man. Take it for what it is. Facts. Deuces.